Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Kickstart your career with Fresh Jobs. Head to freshjobs.com.au.
There are plenty of ways to get some extra income if you are in between jobs. We are hanging out with Chief Research Physician at CMAX, Dr. Emir, to talk about an easy alternative source of income. Welcome.
Thanks, guys. Good to meet you.
Great to meet you, Dr. Emir. Thanks so much for coming in. Hey, mate, how long has CMAX been doing trials in Adelaide for? I feel like I've never lived in a world where CMAX hasn't existed.
Yeah, exactly. So since about the early 1990s, I'd say that's around the time of the first Jurassic Park movie.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
A little bit of a tidbit for you.
Fun fact. To put some people who might be undecided about participating at ease, what kind of ethical standards does CMAX implement?
Yeah, excellent question. So as you might imagine, clinical research is a very highly regulated environment. In addition to our local Australian guidelines, there's a set of global guidelines that govern and standardise all our work in clinical research. These guidelines mandate that every single trial at CMAX must undergo a rigorous independent ethics approval process done by a committee, which obviously comprises medical experts but also non-medical members to ensure each trial is scrutinised from every perspective before proceeding. The other thing is these guidelines also mandate that the health and well-being of the participant is always the highest priority and it's never to be outweighed by any scientific pursuit or interest.
Well, that's good peace of mind for people who are looking to sign up to this. I know that one of our producers, Dave, our producer Hennes, he was talking about just before you came in, Dr. Emir, he was talking about jumping in on one of those. He goes, is it safe? And it is clearly quite safe. It's excellent what you guys do. And the other side of it, and I know this is probably what interests producer Hennes a little bit more, is obviously the pay.
Yes.
Now, you can't be a full-time professional clinical trial participant, but you can still get a pretty stable income out of it, can't you?
Potentially, yes. So many of our participants return time and again and complete multiple different trials over time. Some even manage to complete several trials in a year, and the reimbursements are obviously generally proportional to the time commitment.
So surely these doctors have a lot of experience. It's not just Joe Blow from down the road performing the experiments. Isn't that correct?
Yes, you'd hope so. Another great question. And yeah, so clinical research is no different to other fields of medicine. It requires dedicated training, experience and know-how to ensure the highest possible levels of safety, but also data quality. Our large team of doctors and nurses are highly qualified and very experienced with specialists in pharmacology, but also multiple other specialties and obviously also frequently liaising with the broader health network as well as the participant's own local doctor if and when required.
Awesome.
Just a bit of another question, just side question to this. So after the trial, do you have someone that checks in on the participants frequently or?
Yeah, so that's all governed by the study protocol, the duration of the study, the number of follow-up visits, the number of blood tests and investigations that we do, and then we sort of follow that through right to the completion of the trial.
Awesome.
Yeah, it sounds brilliant. It really does. Dr. Emir, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Make sure that if you do want to check out any trials at CMAX, go to their website, cmax.com.au, and for all other career advice and news, go to freshjobs.com.au. Dr. Emir, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.